I'm going to say something that will shock you. Ottomans might be the most contested pick of this grand finals. One and all, welcome back to the channel for another GF showdown between B and Anatan. Anatan leading after an epic comeback in game number 1. Worth watching back. We now head into Enlightened Horizon, where Anno is going to enlighten us on how Lancaster can dominate this matchup. Ottomans have looked like a king on Enlightened Horizon, one of the best maps for them, with one of the best players manning them. Lancaster, yeah, they're Lancaster. They do what they do pretty much everywhere. Usually, we've been seeing a lot of play into the House of Lancaster's defensive format, which is Lancaster Castle Manors. I wonder if we'll see that here, because another interesting detail about this matchup is the players. Not only is B one of the best Ottoman players in AoE4, possibly the best, Anatan is the most diverse Lancaster player, because of all the pros I've watched play this Civ, he is the only one who builds Abbey of Kings. So just thoughts to keep in mind as we trend a bit deeper. But reason I love Enlightened Horizon so much, I feel like I can't go back to standard maps after I've started to see this. Things happen in the Dark Age. The Dark Age matters. There's objectives on the map. There are things you want to lean towards. That's exactly what we're seeing here. Dano tries to get a bit cheeky. He's trying to slow down the capture of his opponent. Smart read there, because he already has his locked in due to the villager being here building the racks. And what is up, you fusser? I see you with that sub. Thank you very much, my friend. Let's get a sub train going. It's grand finals time. People need to be able to dodge ads. All right, micro battle begins. I know. Ooh, yeah, that was not ideal. Then again, that was split between them. Both of them accidentally hit a different spear. Usually you want to try to focus fire down one at a time, so that you scare one of them out of the fight sooner. And you can see what they're both doing in that regard. Let's go chase back towards the merchant camp. Now, Ottomans will have defenders' advantage in terms of production rates, or should anyway. But something else was happening here. I don't know if that was an accidental rally point, but yeah, his spearman went round the other way. No. He had them rallied here, didn't he? Yeah, and from the TC, the quicker route would be east side. We'll be able to reinforce now. That slight delay might end up giving the edge over to Anatan here. We'll back the spin just in time. Count is now with B. And, well, Anatan, that's a dangerous formation. Yep, he drops the ball. Spinman goes down. A build leading, lead building rather, and now Anatan. Oh my, yeah, no, this has to be a tech now. You can't keep doing this anymore. You're on the clock, because if you wait too long, the Vizier points come in. And that will lose you the fight indefinitely. So Anno, he just backs away. Looks like he's going to go for the claim on the Wolf Den. This is the lead up to why both of them are building spears, by the way. The merchant camps generate a villager worth of gathering per minute. Which, I mean, if you capture both of those, that's 2 extra villagers at a point in the game where that's like 10% of your economy. Maybe more. But the follow-up is just as key here. These will give you 150 gold if you burn them. Looks like both of them are just going to go for their own targets. So no griefing, interception, or anything. The scout is here from B. And yeah, cool idea. Unfortunately for him, the enemy scout is there as well. So you can't just hide in the stealth forest and jump in. But this is awkward. Understand, he can't burn from the back. He has to be on the forward. B, he's looking for that yoink. But Anno, nicely done. He made sure they were all attacking at the same time, so it couldn't happen. But yes, little tip. Currently with Wolf Dens, they're a little bit funky, in that if you attack them from the back, they don't take damage. Which makes it very hard to yoink your opponent, because if they stand spears here, they just have to guard here and here. They don't have to guard the north side. Northeast. So, Abbey of Kings on the way. It's happening. Yes! Ah, it's so refreshing. I feel like when Lancaster gets picked in competitive right now, the only time I smile is when Anatan is the one playing them. This is why. This is cool. What generates more resources? One military school, one POI. Definitely one military school. Especially once you add in a blacksmith. Actually, Dark Age might be a bit tighter. I'm trying to remember the numbers. I think it might be 80 resources per minute in Dark Age. Something like that. And POI is point of interest. So, let the lords rise. Move over Lancaster Castle. It's time for a new build. Anatan here to save all of our pub games or potentially doom them in a different form. It's a brazen approach. I mean, he's got a lot of spears already, so he'll be able to bolster them up. Imams are here, though. This is an ill-advised fight for Anatan. But he really just wanted to deny that merchant camp, so we'll be able to walk away now. Did at least get the decap. Captured it for a slight bit. Overall, not too bad. And we do have the immediate switch in Yeoman. Normally, what you'd expect to see from B is going to be the Sipahi. Looks like instead, because there's so many spears, it's going to be the 1-1-1. 20 dudes with sticks fighting over a tent? Yeah, because they need more sticks, and that tent has sticks in it. That's how the tent stays up. So Anno is about to get a health booster here. 5% doesn't sound like a lot, but it can save you from an extra strike. Yeah, because if you get to Lord Lancaster 2, that's where it gets very interesting. Because Spearmen do 8 damage. So you'd hit into this target that has 90 health up to 88, right? So if you can get your hands on a second Lord Lancaster, you'll have enough health to take an extra hit. Problem is, this is just wild with the imams here. I'm shocked he's doing it. But he has still got the Lord of Lancaster, and that guy feels unkillable. Yeah, it scares him away. Actually works out really well. It even gets the Sipahi kill. Okay, that's huge. That is actually huge from Anatan. This boy's cooking. And guys, you couldn't do this with the Lancaster Castle build. The manners would lose you this timing. You'd be defending, B be the one attacking you. Right now, the imams just aren't able to carry this. There is a wear and tear logic, like over time, Anatan is going to get drained on these health bars and never replenished. So he needs to be careful of that. Or, you know, we could just take a break and go back home and heal. It's more micro-intensive, but would be worth just peeling the really injured ones, which is what he's doing. Yeah, so all the way home they go. Third Lord of Lancaster down the field. This is ridiculous. Spearman now can take an extra hit. Yeoman can take an extra hit. And this is the thing, the Lord of Lancasters, I remember when I tried to pick this up, you're like, ooh, 5% HP KP, big deal. It snowballs, that's the whole point. In the early infancy of Feudal, a Lord of Lancaster is very, very, very hard to kill. He has over 200 health, armor, decent damage. And they're only 160 resources. The first one is for free. So in that early infancy, when there's not that many units, 5% extra health leading to an extra strike actually is a difference. But the way it snowballs is what's so elegant and powerful about this strategy. I know, I'm a bit surprised he backed all the way off, mind you. Is he maybe fearing blacksmith timings? I think he saw the undermesh maybe and thought, uh-oh, I'm going to be behind on tech. So it gives a lot of breathing room here. What would be sick for Anatan actually is recruiting the Ronins. Ronins with the Lord of Lancaster buff is kind of crazy. Free manners into feudal pressure? It can sometimes work, but you are offering up your opponent at the beginning. From the highest level, the beginning can quickly become the end. I don't know if B's got enough Sipahi here. Yeah, his army looks a little bit weak where it matters. So that is going to be merchant camp given over. He does at least have the meta plus the imam. If you can keep the imam alive, great. The problem is, guys, there's 15 yeomen. Good luck keeping the imam alive. Yeah, because they are going to do 75 damage on a round of attacks. Now, he's mitigating 2 damage, which is a big deal. Even then, if Anatan just gets Steeled Arrow, which he now has, it should just be 2 strikes, Imam dead. And the problem with Imams compared to Dervishes is they just don't... They're not self-sufficient. If you only have one of them, they can't heal themselves. They instantly become a liability from then on. This is cool, though. Anatan, if he fights around these choke points, the Lord of Lancasters are going to be perfect. It's like your perfect fight points are here, Here. Here. There's a big gap in the middle you're a little bit worried about. Because these guys just aren't going to drop dead quickly. And they're backing up here. Interesting. Kind of sacks one or two Yumi. Okay, yeah. So it looks like the reinforcements are getting cut. Oh, yeah. And he was... Are you kidding me on the timing there? B perfectly read it. Was going to intercept the deer. So that's why Anatan backs the entire army up. I don't know, man. Like, this looked good for Anatan, but the more B does these little weird rotations, the worse it's getting. The longer that this feudal age goes on like this, the more that B gets ahead. This is not a mana build, folks. Anno doesn't have anything extra. He's at critical mass. He's built 4 Lords of Lancaster. It doesn't get better than this. He can't build more. On top of that, B is going to be able to scale into eventually military schools, vizier points as well. I'm starting to lose a bit of faith in this. Could you go now for 3 mana? You could, but then, like, the fear I think you have is your opponent's going fast castle or he's adding in military schools. Feels like Anno's looking for a go time still. He did just go into the undermesh. My worry is you can't attack because of what those Sipahi just revealed. Anatan, despite having fast-moving archers, has a very slow comp. And B has a very threatening pony. Especially against English Lancaster. Because of the villagers not using shivs. These shivs, I really don't want to fight Sipahi, but at least you could do some damage. But with range damage, you do practically nothing against this unit. It takes you something like 70 to 80 bow shots to kill one. And yeah, this whole talk of like, if Anatan can get a good fight, like, how do you get it? So instead, it's going to be a tech up. White Tower coming in. Smart choice. Actually, a really smart choice. If he went for the King's College, he dies. Because B's reaction to this is going to have to be poke. When he hears a tech up, he's going to want to do some damage. Wait. But B's timing. Does he know? You have to be getting a bit suspicious. Why is Anatan not come out? It's only 10 villages, so if B's quick, he could stop this. Anno's about to get the bad news. Army reveals. X marks the spot where you're about to die here. The White Tower is seen. And the villagers are in poor location. Down to 5, just building it up. The villagers do not get buffed by the Lords of Lancaster either. They are not chunky at all. And there's a party. You have a free pass to the backside. White Tower needs to be going up here. The archers are going to start diving in for the villagers. And the spearmen are just stuck against the unit they don't do any damage against. Sipahi, get in. Villager count down to 6. Make it 0. They're all dead. He gets all of them. Wait, 1 left. 1 tap. 1 hope. No. He gets blocked at 99%. It's a Dow Castle. He commits the rest in, but at this point, it's just complete the tech up to look cool. 46 to 27 villagers. An absolute bloodbath. You might as well paint them red instead of yellow. At least then we could hide the damage done. Anno goes for the full Gary, but it doesn't matter. This is over. B with the succinct timing. A second later. And oh, how different the game might have been. But B never skips a beat when you stick him on the Ottomans.